Okay. Hey guys. So people have asked me to do this tutorial for a category of Ocarina of Time called All Medallions. There's several people I know that want to learn it. Why is that not working? What's going on? So basically what this category involves is... well, that's not working. Awesome. Whatever. Yeah. So a lot of people have wanted to learn this category. So this category is, as I say, it's called All Medallions. Basically that involves getting all of the medallions and completing the game. And unfortunately there isn't a lot out there about it because it's not a very well run category. But I find it really interesting and I really like it personally. And I know that, like, with a lot of tricks involved in the category that you don't see very many other places, it kind of makes it a bit more difficult to learn it because you've basically just got people's PV videos to learn from, which can be hard for a lot of people. So I decided I would do this tutorial because people have asked me to do it and stuff like that. So basically how we gain all the medallions is we gain them from RBA, which is a glitch called Reverse Bottle Adventure, which I'll go into a bit more extensively later on when I actually do it. And we use Bottle Adventure as well, which is BA, which I'll also go into a lot more later on. So first off, obviously after the intro, you end up on Link's porch like this. What you want to do at the beginning is you want to, after you've talked to Saria and stuff, you want to backflip off of Link's porch and go collect 10 rupees and buy a stick to escape the forest. Now, with most speedruns, oh, that's why it's not working. It would help if I plugged my controller into my adapter. Sorry about that. Yeah. So most of the time, what you do is you flick up for speedruns of this game, and you backwalk this way and collect rupees and stuff. Instead, for this, we want to kind of aim to go over here instead. I mean, you can still flick up and just do like something like this. You backflip off, flick up, backflip off, and just kind of side hop over here and then come across here. Because we want to get the 5 rupees that you get from jumping over this. I took too long there to get them. So you would do something like this. And go over here and collect these 5 rupees. But what I tried to do is I kind of, instead of flicking up, I kind of flick up but slightly to the right, so that Link kind of turns like that. It's pretty hard to do without, like, I mean, you can kind of go at this angle and backflip over, and then you just come around here, go across like this. I mean, you can just experiment with different angles. That's a really bad one. You just want to kind of go slightly upright, not too much. Like this is a really good angle. This is a really good angle. Because you're just at the side of that pillar there. And then you can jump across and grab those 5 rupees. So, we'll do that. I did not flick to the right far enough. You can go round the fence as well as backflipping over it. So, what I try and do is I try and land like round about here, if I'm able to. But like you can still land on that platform. Either way, as long as you don't land, like if you don't go too far out when you jump across that last one, so that something like this happens, you'll always get the rupee. So you can do silly things like that and you'll miss the rupee and you'll have to re-enter a house and come back out into Kokiri Forest to be able to get the rupee, because now I can't get the rupee. See, it's now impossible for me to collect this rupee. So you want to be kind of fast about it as well, because if you take too long, the rupee doesn't appear either. So what I try and do is land like here, and then from here what you want to do is you want to turn round and backwalk and backflip so that you fall down during this girl's text, and then you can either roll into the shop like that, or you can do a side hop in. Now another thing to note here is that backwalking in this game is the fastest form of movement that we have, other than explosives. Well, it's not even the fastest movement, it's just roll speed, but it keeps it at a constant speed. Whereas with rolling, you roll forward and you get the full speed of the roll, and then afterwards you get like this kind of slowed down speed afterwards. So while rolling is good in certain situations, if you can backwalk, it's more optimal. So right here I can just side hop in like this. So now we're in the shop. What you want to do is you grab the 5 rupees behind there, come out, talk to this guy, buy a stick. So you buy the stick. Now what I do is I hold down and wait till I'm about here, pause, and it doesn't matter what C button you put the stick on. I put the stick on C left because that's the button that I'm used to for it. So I put it there, and then I unpause while I'm still holding, and I keep holding down during the pause after I've equipped the stick, and I unpause and I just hit A to roll like that out of the shop. So then you're out here, and now you want to kind of hold down. Sorry about that. You want to hold kind of down so you come to here, and then run round here with rolls, and then climb up here. Now another thing you can do in this game, it's really weird, when you're rubbing up against a climbable object like this, like Link kind of takes a second to pull himself up, but if you hit A while you're pushing against it, Link climbs up almost immediately. See, that's a lot faster than that, you know? So just hit A as you're climbing up things like that. So what you then do is I usually do a roll, which I didn't get to do there because I didn't have any speed. But what I do is I roll up left and target, and then I turn round and I backwalk here, collect that rupee, and then when I get to about here, I start to run about here. I let go of target so that I can just run round. I keep kind of holding down, and then I just kind of move it more left as I go round. Sorry about that. And climb up the vines. So then what I do here is I backwalk, and then side hop up and round. So you can like do stuff like that, and that gives you like the ideal angle to be able to roll over. So what I do is I just back walk till I hit right there, roll upright, and then just roll through here. Like there's not much else to say about this movement right here. So I'm going to move on to escape. Now my movement for Lost Woods is I roll upright and then I just continue to roll through the woods here. You want to go right, left, right till you're here. And this is where we are able to escape from the forest. There's actually a couple of ways to do it, but this is the most optimal for this category. So basically what happens is we are going to clip inside of this corner right here of this wall, because basically where the polygons meet, if I jump slash into it at a precise angle, the game gets really confused. The collision detection of the game gets really messed up, and for some reason it pushes Link inside of that wall, and the loading zone for Zora's River extends infinitely up and infinitely down within that wall, so we're able to swim to the loading zone to get out to Zora's River. So I'll show you an application of this right now to just show you what I mean, and then I'll explain some setups and things that you can do to be able to get it. So what I do is just come over here. That was really weird. So there you go. I broke my stick there, but you can see what I mean. You clip inside, and then you can swim to the loading zone. So now I'm going to show you some setups that you can do. Just going to make a save state here. Alright. So this is probably the easiest setup that you can possibly do for this trick, and it's probably the safest as well, because you don't want to break your stick. You want to be keeping your stick until you've done this trick and that you're on your way to Kakariko. So what you can do is just get right up in this corner, target, backflip, roll. So you backflip, press A to roll immediately after, untarget, retarget, side up right, do the same again, roll, untarget, retarget, and that gives you the right angle, but it doesn't give you the right position. So you can side up left, side roll, don't let go of target this time, backflip, let go of target, retarget, do a dry roll, backflip again, untarget, retarget again. Now this is the perfect position and the perfect angle. So you just pull out your stick and you do a side hop right, and you can pause buffer the frames. I'll try and do that, but emulator pause buffering is really difficult, and I'm not used to doing this pause buffered, if I'm honest. But I think it's like the frame just before Link, when Link's just to the left of the wall, you want to pause buffer in a jump slash. Now in this game we're able to pause frame by frame for the most part, which is really useful for some frame perfect tricks, and you'll see some applications of that later on. And with pause buffering, we're able to also input. There's like a bit of delay after you unpause, and you can buffer in inputs. So it makes frame perfect tricks a little bit easier. So I'm going to try and show you how to pause buffer this, but it might go badly because of emulator, but we'll see what happens. That's too late, I think. Yeah, that was too late. So I'm going to just come over here and set it up again. So backflip, roll, on target, retarget, side up right, roll, on target, retarget, side up left, side roll, backflip, on target, retarget, dry roll, on backflip, on target, retarget, roll, pull stick. Yeah, that was too early. So you can see it's gonna... it'd be in between those two frames that I just showed you. That was silly. So one more frame from this should be the right frame. If the game will go one frame. It went two. Nice. Well, I'm just going to show you unbuffer because, as I say, pause buffering on emulator is really difficult. Especially with the version I'm using. So you just come over here, do this, do this, do this. And then there you go, just like that. So as I said, there's a load of different setups that you can do. So this is another one. I'm going to come back through here because it's a little bit easier to do it. So this setup gives you an angle from here. So this is the one that I use, and you can see, like, just to the left hand side of my B button, there's like the corner of where the walls meet. That is the perfect angle when you're coming at it from this direction, and you want to line up the middle of Link with that right there. So this line right here, and that allows you to be able to roll right over here, and you just want to side hop into the corner, do a side roll, and you can do the backflip on target, retarget, backflip on target, retarget, dry roll, and that gets you back into the perfect position again, and you can do it like that. So what it looks like normally would be like this. I have a weird angle. Yeah, that was a weird angle. Sometimes if your angle's off, the setup with the backflips won't work. But I'll show you another method that I do that's a bit more consistent. If you get a bad angle like that sometimes. So you do it like that. Now this is the method I do. I do one backflip, and then you can see this kind of smudge to the right of Link's right foot, and there's like a kind of gap where it kind of like it comes out behind Link right now a bit more than. Let me put my stick's messing up with C up. Okay, so where my B button is right now, that's where you want to be standing. Round about there to that part of the smudge. Because you can see the smudge kind of, it starts where the B button is right now, and then it kind of curves round, so it becomes longer right here. But you want to be in front of this kind of bit right here, so that you're standing just in front of it, where it's still light on the floor, right there. That's where you want to be standing. And that's what I do. I find that to be a more consistent method. So I get in the corner, backflip, and line up right about here, and just do that. And you can get straight in there. There's also another method that I'll try and show. So what you do is you get this angle again. I'm not very good at this method because I don't really understand it that well myself. I don't really use it very much. But what you do is you do the same setup, do the side roll to be right in the corner. Then what you do is you do a side hop left, backflip, pull stick, do two really fast slashes, just normal slashes of the stick. So you just hit the stick button twice, like that. And then immediately after, you do a side hop right, and then do your jump slash. Like that. But I find that method's really difficult, to be honest. And as I said, you don't want to break your stick here. So another good way for people beginning to learn this would be to do a trick called a Navi dive, which is where you jump slash, and when Link jump slashes, he takes a step back after the jump slash. So if you do that while on the edge of this wall, he falls off, and if you mash for Navi, he will fall right down to the bottom and get to the warp. So if Navi would appear, that would be really nice right now. Unless she doesn't want to. Right, okay, it doesn't look like Navi's going to turn up. So, let me see. I'll load up a save state and see if I can get her to appear. What you do is just get up here, pull your stick, wait for Navi to appear. Now it's very, very important to be swordless for this route, because if you're not, then it doesn't work. Because of the various tricks involved in it, unfortunately. And it looks like Navi's not turning up on this file either. Well, that's kind of annoying. I really wanted to show that. Well, basically what happens is that. Okay? So, you see where Link falls back like that. When Link falls back like that, what you want to do is just mash for Navi on C up. So basically, all you have to do is make sure you're on the edge and just hit stick twice and then mash C up, and you'll be able to do a Navi dive. So now I'm just going to move on to the next part. If you're needing help with any of the escape strats, you can always find me on Twitch, or leave a comment on YouTube where I'm going to post this video. I'll try and get back to you and help you out. So we're going to escape the forest. Alright, so once you escape, it's pretty simple from there. All you want to do is climb up here, roll round here, roll down, roll right round here, roll across the bridge. It's all just pure movement at this point. And then you want to jump in the river, and you can mash B to swim down the river a bit faster. And thankfully we collect some rupees on the way down here, which is very important for something much later on in the category. And this gives us enough for it. So what you want to do here is just roll out into Zora's domain, out of Zora's river to here. Now we've got a trick here called a Wes. First of all, it's used for really high speed to get from where we're at to Kakariko, which is where we need to go to collect a bottle. Because a bottle is very important for this category. It's a very important item in a lot of speedrunning aspects. You can use it to do a lot in this game. And second of all, we're able to skip the owl. Now, there's an owl. You can barely see him right there, over in the distance. Now, he wants to talk to me, but we can stop that by getting this thing called a water extended super slide, which is basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to recoil away from that wall over there on the other side of the river, and what that's going to do, I'm going to do a jump slash recoil, and when I recoil backwards, it's going to have enough speed to push me over to this other side. Now if I keep holding Z and I hold slightly to the right on the joystick so that the game just registers the input, so that Link does that. Link does this when you have this angle on your control stick. It's just very slightly to the right. And I'll try and show you. This is how I hold it. Let's see. Like this. As you can see, I hold it like this on my controller. And I'm able to do that. So that's a good way of testing to see whether or not you're able to get the right angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump slash into this angle and get pushed back at this recoil speed. And then when I hold slightly to the right in the controller and keep holding target, Link's gonna do this with his legs, but it's gonna shoot me right the way back there really fast. And I'm able to skip talking to that owl with this, because the game considers Link to be busy while he's doing this. And the good thing about it is, when you're shooting backwards like that, you're also able to change directions depending upon what side of the controller, like the control stick you're doing. Like you can do it to the left, like that, or you can do it to the right like that. So let's show you. So what you want to do is you come out here, hold down, roll, target, side up once. That's a really bad one because I waited too long. So hold down, roll, side up once, side up twice, roll, on target, retarget. Now that gives you the right angle for this, and the position is just this, right at the very edge of that green texture on the wall is where I line up. So I line up here, and then you just hit A to jump slash, and then hold slightly to the right on the control stick as I mentioned, and this is what will happen. So you go shooting backwards really fast. So just do this 2 side hops, roll, on target, retarget, jump slash, and hold ESS position on the control stick, and that lets you go shooting backwards really fast, like that. Something that you can do when you first learn is you can like pause to make sure that you get the angle once you jump slash. So you could do something like this. Do that and then hold the position on the control stick. Just to make sure you're getting it. And as I said, that allows you to skip the auto, because like I'll show you what happens if you drop it. You need to keep holding this position the whole way until you get into Kakariko, or else stuff like this will happen. If you drop ESS, this is what will happen. We'll talk to you. So just hold down, roll, side up right twice, roll, on target, retarget, line up with the edge of this green texture on the wall, right there, like right here, line up with that, jump slash, and then just hold the ESS position. And then what I do is I wait until the wall starts to change direction, like right there, and then when I'm halfway along that, I untarget and retarget with Z to be able to change my direction so that I go in a wee bit faster. Now, ways that this can go wrong is if you're too far forward, you jump slash back into the loading zone for Zora's River. If you hold too far to the right, that will happen. What else? If you don't hold ESS position at all, that's what will happen. You'll just end up doing the recoil, but you'll end up here. What I suggest is just practicing this one trick for a long time, to be honest, because it's a really useful trick in speedrunning this game, but it's also one of the most difficult to get used to, holding this position. And what I do is I just jam my thumb under the control stick, as I showed earlier on the camera. And I just, as I say, I suggest just practicing it for a very long time and getting used to it. So what we have to come here to do is we have to come here and collect the Cocos, which is every speedrunner's nightmare, because these guys are RNG. What they do whatever they want, basically. They can spawn anywhere and stuff. So what I do, I'm sorry I'm restarting the emulator over and over. Well, I thought I should have just paused. So what I'll do is I'll show you my movement that I do through this area to collect the Cocos as fast as possible. And And it's the best route to do, to be honest. So, let's just go. So what I do is I roll here. I see where that guy is. I roll over to where he is. And then I kind of line up with the edge of that house. Turn round. And backwalk so that I go past that wall. Wait till I get about here. Turn down left. Fling him over there. Then roll over to this box. Run into the chicken. Roll to the left. And then when I get to the top of the stairs there, I flick up left and target, then backwalk, and that gives me the right angle to get over to these stairs. And then I just turn around and go up these stairs. Pick up this guy, and then I always jump down on this side of the tower there, and then just jump across here, hold forward the whole way across there. Collect these two, fling them over there, and then jump off this end. Go collect this guy. And then turn around, back walk up here, and the three of them should be near the pen. Like you can see they're all near the pen now. So then you just collect them and fling them in the pen. So that's the first four in there. Then you go past Andrew. Then what I do, I pick up this guy and I flick right and then I back walk over to these stairs. Then when I'm going up these stairs, I turn around and I back walk. I wait till I'm about to see the box, turn round, hold up, and then when I jump off I hold left. And then I fling the cocoa straight left when I'm on that fence. And then I collect this guy. Climb up stairs here. And I aim for the edge of that wall where I jumped off. Basically this third kind of fence post. I wait till I'm right up at the fence and I fling him over. Then I climb up here. And you run along this. You run along this. And then you can jump to this ladder. And that gets you up to this guy. So you collect this last guy. And then I like to angle myself so I'm aiming like this. Kind of over towards the middle of that wall where that guy is running. And then kind of float over using forward and up, forward and left. Collect those two, fling them over there, and then just wait for them both to run away. And then come over with this one, fling that one in. Don't talk to Andrew. What you can do if the cocoa is too close to Andrew, you can target the cocoa so that you don't talk to him and pick him up. So you just pick up those two. And then you collect the bottle. So there's a slight bit of different movement you can do in certain places, like for certain things. So what I'm going to do is just collect this guy, aim for the edge of that house, back walk till I'm like there, turn round, hold down left. While I do that, fling him over there, break the box, run forward so you touch him, and then you can just side hop up here, and then roll over here, and then jump off. You can also go around the other side of this, but it's a little more risky, and I prefer not to do that, because I find the other strat a lot easier. So you fling these two straight left over the other side there and roll off of that end of that ledge so that the cocos are manipulated into the right places. And then you just come up here and all three of them should be relatively close to the pen. And you just fling them all in. Go past not Andrew. Collect this guy, flick right, back walk till you're over here, back walk up the stairs, turn around, fly off, hold left or up left, fling him to the left, pick up this cocoa, run round, line up with like the third fence post here, fling him off when you're right up at the fence, climb up here, roll, jump, and Link should have grabbed the ladder, but Link's silly sometimes, and he doesn't like to climb things for you. So you climb up the ladder, collect this guy, turn around, jump off it kind of up left on the control stick, kind of pull yourself more left in the air, collect them two, fling them over so that they run towards the pin, and then just run over with the last Coco. So now you collect the bottle. So as I said, the bottle is really important in this category because it's extremely broken. So what you do after getting the bottle is just I turn around, back walk, and then roll down left and jump off this ledge without bonking the wall, hopefully, and back walk out with Kakariko. So now we need to make it to the castle before nighttime, which should be easy if you get the first try west. It shouldn't be too hard. So what I do is I hold right, hold straight right, target, side up once, side up twice, side up 3 times to the left, target the sign, move to the right here, and by targeting the sign, the game considers Link to be busy, so it doesn't trigger the cutscene for the owl. So you just, after you come out, hold right, target, 1, 2, 3, flick down left, target, hold like right, and then move away. And then you're able to make it over here. So we do target 1, 2, 3, target the sign, and then what I do is I aim like that and back walk. There's not really a visual cue for it. I make sure with the bridge that I'm going to make it straight across it at an angle, and then I just wait till I get past that fence and then roll down left and jump across onto here. There's various other things you can do as well though after you get down here. So I do that, and then I aim up like that, there's like lots of silly things that can happen. Like if you take too long, the bridge will go up, but you can keep the chain unloaded like that, and what happens is you let go of target when you're on that loaded chain that isn't actually loaded, and if you let go of target it teleports you to the top. So you're still able to make it there if you don't make it before night, as long as you do not look at the bridge once it's gone up. So target, aim that way, go over. So that's just a bit of a backup strat just in case you don't make it in time. Sometimes the Stout Children can get in your way like that and you'll target them. So what you can do is just keep holding target, and I actually loaded it there because I targeted him, which is extremely annoying when that happens. It's really hard to deal with. So what you want to do is, like, if you know the Stout Children are going to appear, like say you're about here, and I use a music cue. Like if I know if the music's playing loudly enough still, when I make it across the bridge, I know I'm going to make it. So I go for the roll method and the jump across. So what you can do, if the Stout Children are there, is you can kind of change your angle a bit to the right when you're like here. So you're back walking across, you want to kind of move your angle maybe a wee bit more like that. And then back walk. And then that means when you get here, the the chain won't load. And what you can do is just kind of slowly maneuver yourself onto it, just by holding left. Sometimes Link will grab up on the wall and stuff, and it can be extremely annoying, I know this. But generally, if you make the west to Kakariko within 2 tries, and you have good movement in Zora's River, that's not going to work. You will make it on time. Dude, please. So just side up, down 3 times, target the sign, back walk over, and then just gonna roll across and enter. So once you enter here, what you want to do is just hold straight, like down, just a bit up from down left, just a wee bit more left than down left, and just roll. Just roll right through the market, go straight to the door of time. Now, this is where things get a bit more interesting, trick wise, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch to my virtual console, because the trick in here is a lot easier if you pause buffer it, and with the emulator pause buffering, it makes it kind of difficult to do so, unfortunately, on emulator. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load up another save state for afterwards and switch over to my virtual console for showing you guys this. No. That's not good. My save states are really old for this. I forgot that. Well, I'm gonna have to do this real quickly. Another thing to note here is you don't want to have any sticks for coming adult, especially if you're on N64, because it will crash the game if you try to pull it. Also, you don't want any sticks anyway when you go adult, because that would mess with the route slightly. It would be no big deal, but it would be a kind of an annoyance. I'm really sorry, I need to get this trick out of the way on emulator so that I can do the route properly, because I haven't updated my save states, apparently. And this trick is really hard on emulator because I can't pause buffer it. Please. I guess I can explain a bit about the setup that I do right now while I'm doing it. I kind of back walk as soon as I turn around. Just turn straight round, back walk, side up to the right, back walk until I get close to the door here, backflip, backflip, roll and let go of target during the roll and hold down. Then I flick left, target, and that gives me the angle. Or it should. Please. Wow, really? Cool. This trick can be pretty pernicky, especially without a sword. It's actually, wow, it's actually really precise without a sword. It's also a frame perfect trick for the first part of it. There we go. as I say, I'll get into that when I get onto the console, because it's just so much easier to show it on console. I'm just gonna quickly go through this. Whoops, I made a mistake actually. I made a very, very silly mistake. Very, very silly mistake there. And Link's not turning straight round. He's not turning straight round, thank you for that, Link. Okay. So just ignore everything I just did for the last 5 minutes because it's really silly. Please. Nice. Can I please get past this now? I'm sorry, this tutorial is going to be a bit bad now because I didn't realise my save states were really old. Okay. Okay, there we go. Right, that's the one thing I forgot there. I'll explain all of this when I get on the console, as I say. I'm just going to skip this for the time being. This is why I want to do it in console, because I find it a lot easier to do in console than on emulator, because it's really hard to pause buffer in this place anyway on console. Never mind on emulator, where the pause buffering is already hard. So I'll explain everything a lot more in depth once I get over to the console. I'm just gonna get through this text first so that I have a save state for after. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, let's go over to console. So I'm going to mute that. Unmute that. Okay. Right. So, now that I'm on console, this will be a bit easier to explain. First off, I'll explain like what the trick does. So, where is it? Nope, that pillar's in my way. Okay, there we go. Should be able to see it now. Okay, as you can see, like right here, there's like a gap in the door. That's basically what we clip through. So, yeah, basically we have to make it through this door. And you can see, like, you can see right through there. So, there's a couple of methods of getting the angle to do this, because as I say, it's really precise. It's precise to the point of 0.23 degrees apparently. So, there's this setup you can do from the door here. So you come in and you target this pillar, do side up right, roll, on target, retarget, hold down and slightly left so that Link does that, and press A to roll and on target, and then retarget. Now that gives you the right angle. And then you can just side hop, right, all the way up to here. So, what you want to do is get right into this corner, do a backflip, hold down left so Link does that. Press A to roll, and Link will do like a roll like that. And then during that roll, you wanna switch from holding down left on the controller and go to full left and hit A again, so that he does a side hop. And he'll do something like that. I'm not actually sure if I've got the clip at this point. I possibly could have. So after you do the side hop, yeah, I did get it. So yeah, when you do the side hop, I'll just show this setup again. So side hop right, on target, retarget, hold down, slightly left, roll, let go of target and retarget. Side hop left until you get right over here. Get right in this corner. Okay, that was bad. So down left. Whoops. These are some of the things that can happen that are really silly. That was really bad of me. I shouldn't have done that. So I'm not really very good at explaining things, I feel, and it's kind of hard. Yeah, so sign up, do that. So down left, and then you switch like nice. Okay, about halfway through the roll, you switch to holding full left and side hop. Now as soon as you side hop, you want to let go of everything on the control stick and hit pause. I'm just going to do a backup strat here, which is pretty good. Pretty much similar. Well, it's the exact same actually as the setup from the other pillar, just with a slight difference. So you do the side hop right, roll that way, and then just turn around. And that gives you the right setup, the right angle. So, nope. Okay, so you pause here. Pausing, as I said earlier, you can go frame by frame in the game, and that makes life really easy for certain tricks, and this is one of them. Because as I said, there's part of this is frame perfect, which is the retarget on the door. So as I said, you let go of absolutely everything. Like right now I am holding nothing on the controller, nothing is being held. You don't want to be holding anything, not the control stick, nothing. The only thing I want to be pressing is pause. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause to the frame I want. So just unpause. The game went a bajillion frames for some reason. I had no idea why. And I'm going to die. So that's pretty funny. That was way too many frames. I don't know why the game done that. Sometimes the game does do that, and that's why I don't like emulator, because it makes that happen way more frequently with tricks when you're trying to learn them. Well, with the emulator I have anyway, I use Project 64 1.6. Too late on the sign up. Dude. Nice. Okay. That's actually perfect. this is the frame you're looking for. The frame where you can see yeah, none of these are really good for it. Where you can see like the white edge of the door. This is the frame you want. Now, on this frame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpause, hit target, yeah, so on this frame, right, as I say, sorry, I get sidetracked easily. I'm going to unpause, hit target, and then for the purposes of this tutorial, I am going to keep pausing so I can show you what to do. So unpause, and for some reason I was late. I don't understand why I was late. What? I obviously didn't get the target in unpause lag. I'm also going to turn my webcam on for 2 seconds, so I can do something. Well, that's silly. I guess I didn't get unpause lag target. I'm not used to doing this trick with a buffer in it. I usually try and do it unbuffered because that's just the way I prefer to do it. But I can do it like this. This is just really awkward to try and buffer way more than I need to for me. It's just something I'm not used to. Just give me 2 seconds right here. Okay. So let's try that again then. And hopefully I can show you the frames. Okay, one more frame. Why is the game doing this right now? I'm wondering if this is because I'm using Amarek. I'm going to switch my TV over real quickly, because I'm actually using Amarek TV right now to do all this, and apparently there's input delay. So give me a second, guys, while I change my TV over. I'm very sorry about this. This trick is really not that difficult, to be honest. But if you've got input delay, it makes it a bit harder, I guess. And visual delay, from the looks of it. Okay. So let's try this again. Okay. So, come over here, target, do that. Oh yeah, there was definitely delay on that. Nice. Nice one, thanks. I untargeted apparently. So just do that backup strat. Okay, so this frame right here. This is a frame I want to target on, as I said before. Okay, so I targeted. So now Link kind of targets the side of the door, And now you're able to strafe along the door. So you can see links actually attached to the door now. So like now I'm going to hold left on the control stick, and hopefully, I'm not too sure if this will work, but he should clip right through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold left, and he bobs up and down, and you end up on this side of the door, just like that. This is a wee good setup right here, if you've got a sword, to be able to practice this over and over again. Now, alternatively, what I do is on target. When I clip and I let go of everything so that I get this frame. On this frame, normally if I'm pause buffering this, I'll just unpause, target on this frame and wait a second, then hold left, so it looks like this. The exact same thing, just not pause buffered. I'm pretty sure you have like 3 to 4 frames to hold left on to make it through. But there's also something else that I've told a few people to do, because I do this without pause buffering it, which looks something like this. So it looks like that when you do it without a buffer, and I'll explain like how I got used to this trick and ways I find it easier. So what you can do is practice doing that and getting the clip and on this frame, then I get on this frame, and then just as good practice to know you're getting the right frame, you can unpause and just hold target and link will bob up and down like that, and then fall out of bounds. Which is a good way of learning it unbuffered as well. So what you can do is just do the setup. Now I don't suggest trying to learn it unbuffered until you feel comfortable doing it. I'm really not used to not holding left, so I kind of messed that up there. I'll try and do it again. Yeah, you really want to practice a lot before you try and do it unbuffered. I practiced for, when I first learned this trick, I practiced for maybe 8 hours a day learning. Now that's something that can happen right there. And that's basically you didn't un-target fast enough, I believe, which is kind of annoying. Please. Now if you have a bad angle, you won't clip, and you'll just do this. Like I'm getting the side hops right. But I'm not clipping. As you can see. And that's just basically a bad angle. So you need to reset up your angle when that happens. But that is also a good way of practicing to get the timing. So that's what I do for unbuffered practice. I just get the target framing down. Like, I just did that over and over again. Because then I knew that all I had to do after that was wait a second and hold left. Like that. And that gets you through the door. Now for this category though, it's actually not preferred. It's actually easier if you don't unbuffer it, because we actually need to do an equip here before we become adult. That is very, 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 very important. It's extremely important. So what you want to do, I'm also going to explain the setup that I do a bit again, because the other setup from the pillar over there is a bit slow compared to the one that I do myself personally. You can find more extensive stuff about this on zeldaspeedruns.com, which are a really good source for trick videos and stuff. So what I do is I backwalk up, backflip when I'm near the door, roll while still holding target, let go of target during the roll, hold down during it. So he does that and then just flick left. And he did some weird stuff. I've got bad angle again. So there you just do that. I was supposed to be showing you the pause. That was really silly of me. Let's actually not show silly things. Wow, nice, cool. The game didn't register my B press for the Zord. I do apologise, this tutorial is going pretty badly at this point, I think. But yeah, you can look on ZSR, zeldaspeedruns.com, for more extensive, specific tricks. So I actually did it unbuffered there. But as I say, the first frame that you see the edge of the door, the white edge of the door that you can see the top left there beside my hearts, that's when you want to retarget on that frame. And then a few frames later you want to hold left. If you do it too early, the left holding, you will void out on the door. Which isn't a bad thing, because it means you just went a bit early and you just need to do it again. So what we need to do here, when you're going to adult, before you pick up the Master Sword, it's very, very, very important that you put the bottle, the empty bottle that you get in Kakariko, onto your C right. It's extremely important that you do that. If you do not do that, the run will not work because of a trick later on. So it is very, 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 very important that you put the bottle on C right. So just do that, and then you come here and you talk to Navi, and then you go through the Master Sword cutscene. So what you want to do is you want to pause and then equip your bottle to C right, because if you don't, as I say, the run will not work. I'm going to set up another file for another trick later on that's a bit more difficult on emulator as well, because of pause buffering again. So I'm just going to go do that right now, real quick, before I switch over to emulator again to go through some more of the route. I'm probably going to try and include a paste bin of the route, maybe, with this in the video description, maybe. That was a good super slide. Please drop the second bomb. Or not, let's just backwalk then, it looks like. Yeah, let's just backwalk apparently. Yeah, that didn't work, unfortunately. That would have just been a wee bit faster. I'll try and explain super slides later on, as well. I'm just going to set up this right now. Because this trick is pretty difficult. And I would like to be able to do it on console instead of on emulator because it's just easier, as I say. So I'm just going to switch over again to the emulator. Yeah. So I need to change back. So after you watch the Master Sword cutscene, because you don't open up the Door of Time, the door's still closed as adult. So what you can do to get past that is you can do a save warp. So what you do is you just pause as soon as you're out of the cutscene, save and reset your console. And thankfully that puts you on the other side of the door. So that makes life a bit easier. So now I'm here, and what I do normally is I equip the empty bottle during the save warp that we do to get to here. So now I've got the bottle there, and as you can see I've got the bomb icon on C down because the game automatically puts that there when you become adult, which is actually really useful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Kakariko. So I just leave now through the market and head to Kakariko, where I need to pick up a couple of things. So we're going to head to Kakariko. That's me pressing the button for the bomb icon. As you can hear, it's just making that noise because I don't have any. And at the moment I don't have any ways of collecting any bombs other than going to get the bomb bag from the Dongo's Cavern. But we don't actually need to do that. So what you want to do is when you enter Kakariko, you want to come over here, collect these bugs, as we're going to be needing them really soon. And then you want to come over here and talk to the Cocoa Lady, and she'll give you the weird egg, or the pocket egg, I think it's called as adult. So we'll get the pocket egg here, which is also needed for some stuff. So you collect the pocket egg, and then you want to head into the graveyard. And then we are going to come over here, and you want to open up this grave, because in this grave there's a Hylian shield, unless you've already got the Hylian shield, and then it's 5 rupees. But in this chest there's a Hylian shield. So what I want to do here is I want to equip my egg, then I want to get bomb icon on C right, which is really important for a trick coming up. Then I want to equip my shield and my sword, because we've never actually equipped the sword at this point, but it gave us the sword, and equipping it now does something later on that's extremely important. If you don't equip the sword, when you die later on, something will go wrong with your B button, and it wastes a ton of time fixing that. So it's extremely important for you to equip your sword at this point. So then what you want to do is just save and reset again, so that you go back to the Temple of Time. Now when you save and reset in this game as child, you default end up in, wait a minute, okay, you default end up in your house in Kuhei Forest, but as adult you end up back at the Temple of Time. So this is really useful in speedrunning, and these are called save warps. So the reason I've came back here is so that I can go and watch a cutscene to turn at night. So we come here to Ganon's castle, and that's just to watch this cutscene that I'm watching right now, which it turns it into night in the overworld. And the reason that we do this is so that we're able to advance the day-night cycle quicker, so that the pocket egg will hatch a lot quicker, because we don't have to wait for day, night, and then day. We just have to wait till the end of night. So now I'm going to leave out to Hyrule Field, and now we're going to go do a trick. So what I want to do is I want to backwalk over here to the river, and I want to get on the other side of the river here, and hopefully the pole will leave me alone. So there's a trick here called quickdraw B, and basically what that's going to do is it's going to duplicate a bottle over my sword on my B button, and what that allows me to do, this is a trick called reverse bottle adventure. And what happens when you put a bottle onto your B button, because it's only meant to be your sword that's on your B button, the game gets kind of messed up, and it starts throwing values around, and the values it throws around are the values of the items that you catch in the bottle on your B button. So when I catch bugs in a bottle on my B button, it writes the binary value of bugs, which is 29, into my inventory, and it writes those values into my inventory based upon white items on my C right. But first of all, we need to get the bottle on our B button. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a crouch stamp, drop my bugs. Now the positioning on the wall is very important, and then I do a slash. Alright? The positioning on the wall is very important for this, because I need to land in the water at a certain level, and what you can do is there's this thing called quick draw, which if I jump into water and just as Link's about to get submerged in the water, I press the B button for the sword, Link will try and pull the sword out, but it gets interrupted by the it gets interrupted by the water animation. So, and what that does is it stores a quick draw. What that means is the next time that I press B to pull out my sword, instead of there being an animation for Link pulling out of his sword, he just instantly has it in his hands. And what we can do is we can store a bottle swing, kinda. Well, we can use a thing called shield swipe, which lets us swing the bottle, and because we've done quick draw with the sword, the game thinks that we are using the sword as the bottle. So what it does is when you try to catch bugs in the bottle, instead of them going into the normal bottle, it goes over your sword, allowing us to get the bottle on B. So what I did was I targeted the wall in the specific place, I crouch stabbed, I dropped the bugs, then I did a horizontal slash, and now I'm going to side hop right into the water, and I'm going to press the button for the bottle in the air, and then afterwards hit the B button for the sword, and that's going to allow me to put the bottle on my B button. Now there's various ways of doing this. This is just the method that I do. You can take your bottle out before you side hop, giving you, it makes it a little easier because you don't have to press bottle then sword, because you have to have your bottle out before you side hop into the water and press your B button. So this is just the way that I find easiest. There's lots of tutorial videos on YouTube and stuff, so I suggest if you're having troubles with it, just looking it up. So how you know you've got the trick is, well, once you do the side hop, you want to let go of everything. No control stick input, nothing. You just want to hit the button for the bottle and then your B button. Then once you know you've got it, Link will be standing up with the bottle still in his hand. That's how you know you've got it. And then what you want to do is you want to run to where the bugs are and hold in target, shield, and the bottle button. And then what you want to do is, once you're at the bugs, let go of target, then immediately after let go of shield, and keep holding the bottle button, and Link should swing the bottle, and that will duplicate the bottle over your B button. So let's do that. Okay, I was too early, or too late, because Link put away the bottle. So crouch stab, put bugs down. Horizontal slash, target. I was too early again. I want to give myself the optimal amount of time here. It doesn't really matter about the day-night cycle at this point because we're waiting anyway for the egg to hatch. But it's obviously a lot better to... I quick drawed the bottle. That was interesting. Yeah, you want to give yourself as much time as possible, so by doing it first try is a bit easier, but I think you get like 3 attempts before it turns day. I keep doing the B press too early. Wow, nice. The pole can be very annoying, as you just saw there. He can kind of mess you up a bit. I keep doing it too late or something. It's been a while since I've done this trick. I keep doing it too early. I done that again. Nice. I actually don't want to take damage here. It's preferred to keep as much health as possible, because we do some damaging tricks later on. That was... what? Well, another thing to know is that you can pause buffer the B press for the sword. Wow, please. As I say, I'm not in... this is the method that I know and I find easiest, but there's various methods out there. So I suggest looking up this trick. Please, will you just do it for me? I don't know why it's not doing it. There we go. Okay. So there we go. Now I have a bottle on my B button, as you can see. Now, the reason I said on the save warp to put the bomb icon on C right was that catching the bugs at the B button bottle there with the bomb icon on C right, it writes a bottle into your bomb slot, as you can see it right there. Which basically allows the game to give you bomb drops from grass. So the game will now give me bomb drops from grass and pots, because all it needs to, the only thing it checks for to do that is that there's an item in your bomb slot. So now we have an item in our bomb slot. The one issue with this is we can never unequip bombs from the C icons, and you can never equip this bottle. Never, never, never. Because if you do, it deletes your bombs forever. You can never get them back. It gets rid of them completely and utterly. They're gone. You can never ever get them back. So you can never unequip the C buttons, the bomb icon from C buttons, or else you lose bombs completely and utterly. So for the entire run, you need to have your bombs equipped somewhere on your C buttons, wherever you prefer, and you can never equip this bottle, or else that deletes them as well. So the thing is, I do have the bombs able to be dropped right now by the game. Unfortunately, I don't have a bomb bag at this moment in time, but I will sort that out in a minute. So what I'm going to do is, the way to change your bombs positioning on your C buttons is to just use an already equipped item to change it, like that. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the pocket egg to C right, then C left to do so, because I want my bottle on, my empty bottle on my C right for something in a minute, because we're going to RBA some more stuff in a second. So what we just need to do now is wait for day. So now that it's day, we just come down here and we go wake up Talon, so that we can advance along the trading sequence. So show him that. Then we just come over here and show the Pocket Cocoa to Andrew. So now we have the blue chicken. So now I want to drop my bugs in my B button bottle. And pause to the correct frame. Well, actually it doesn't matter. What am I doing? So what dropping bugs there did with the empty bottle on C right, it writes this other bottle into my inventory on my third bottle slot, which I need for later on. I need 2 bottles for later on. One's for a fish and one is for a fairy. This one is directly linked to the C right empty bottle that is on Child Link C right. So just always remember that this bottle right here is the same one that is on Child Link C right at this moment. And that is very important, as I stated earlier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch Kajiro, the blue chicken, to C right for when I catch these bugs. So I catch these bugs right here, and now I have these. Now that's a 40 bomb bag. So what RB and Kajiro did is it wrote the value 29 in binary to my inventory, and it put it in my bomb icon slot, my bomb bag slot, and my quiver slot. So I actually have a quiver right now. It's a glitch quiver. I also have a bow, but you can't see it. But I also have the biggest bomb bag now in the game, the 40 bomb bag. So I'm now capable of holding bombs. So what we achieved there was we wrote the value for the game to give us bomb drops from grass and pots, because we put a bottle on our bomb slot. And now we have a bomb bag. So now we're capable of holding bombs, as well as getting the bomb drops. So what we're going to do now is head into the graveyard here, get hit by the pole as you're opening up this grave, so it's a little bit quicker. And now when you enter this grave, there are a few things you can do here. We need to pick up Deku Nuts for later on in the run, because there's some RBA stuff that we do with that. And there's also a wee trick here. So when I jump off of this ledge, as soon as I jump off, I'm going to hit B in the air. And what that does is it makes the game consider Link to have something in his hand, so it actually helps you to pick up the pot a bit quicker. So what you want to do is you want to come over here, hit B in the air, and then pick up this pot right here, which has Deku Nuts in it. So it gave me 5 Deku Nuts, as you can see, and I need them for later on. So now what we're going to do is just race Dampy and try not get hit by any fire. Now the route I take, I go right round this way, and then I go to the right here, because he doesn't go this way, so you can't get hurt by flames, and it's just a bit safer. Dampy racing just it takes a lot of time to get used to. Also, like your movement in general, like it gets better over time with this game, so don't be too horrified if you don't get a good Dampy time or you get hit with a lot of flames. I then climb up this side because I have the bottle on my B button, so there's no point in going up the other side where I would normally jump slash, and then I just go up and round. I got a really good time there. 48 is really good. We just want to pick up the hook shot here. Also, a thing to note is when you're mashing through text, you don't want to mash too hard on the B button, because you don't want to drop your bugs at really awkward times. So you need to be really careful with your mashing so that you don't do silly things like that. And you can even end up losing your bugs or messing up some RBA if you do that with certain categories. So you really don't want to do that. So we've got our hook shot now, which is awesome because we need that for later on and stuff. So what you do is you just target that chest on the front. I turn to the right, you can turn to the left as well. And just back walk so you're past the chest. And just do 2 side hops. So you go past the door and then immediately side hop back in so that you void out. So you go back to the start. And I pause here to equip my hook shot. And then just wait to void out. So now we're here. And there's actually a pot over here that always gives bombs. So hit B in the air. And then this pot right here always drops bombs. So now you can see I've got bombs. That's my first bomb drop. So now you can see that I did the RBA correctly. And the game is now giving me bomb drops and I'm able to hold them. So I press A to climb up a bit faster again. And just come out. And then we go back in and farm bombs. A good amount I suggest for the very beginning when you're first learning this route is to pick up 20. Maybe even 25 depending on how you're feeling. Because there is a lot of bomb tricks that we use in this category. So it's always good to have more than you actually need. And since we're able to carry 40 enemy, it's always a good idea to have as many as possible. As many as you feel like you need. Eventually you want to get yourself down to only having to need 15 bombs though. For the purposes of this tutorial I'm going to get 20. Just to be on the safe side. So you just keep going back into the grave. Collect all your bombs that you need. So I've got 20 bombs. So now I'm going to go on my way, and I need to change my controller mapping right now. To that. Let me just test that worked. Okay, it did. Okay, that worked. So now you just want to leave the graveyard. And we need to head along the trade item sequence. So there's some really cool tricks we can do here. This is probably the first of them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do another west like what we did to go to Kakariko. But only I'm going to do it with a mega side hop this time, with a bomb. Now, a mega side hop is pretty interesting. So basically what happens with a mega side hop is it's basically we take damage from a bomb and do a side hop backwards really far, much further than a normal side hop. And this occurs because you roll into a bomb, you shield the damage. Right, when you roll into the bomb, you get invincibility frames when you roll. So you're invincible for a short amount of frames. And during these frames, if you take damage from a damage source but shield it, you shield the damage from the damage source and side hop all at the same time, you'll go backwards shooting really fast. So I'll show you what it looks like. If I can do it. There you go, just like that. So basically, you want to wait until the bomb's just about to explode, and that's when you want to roll, and then just mash for a side hop. Just like that. And what you want to do is you want to do a side up to the right, but you can also do a side up to the left as well. It doesn't make much of a difference for this trick. So yeah, you just want to do that. So what you want to do is come over here and kind of line up about here, facing this way. Turn 1A, drop the bomb, roll, backflip, so you're the perfect distance, and not be late on your side up. Again. And this is what you want to happen, although you don't want the pole to be there, because the pole is really annoying. So basically, when I do the mega side up, what I do is I wait until I'm close, like the bomb's about to explode, and then I roll. And then as soon as I roll, I mash A when I'm almost at the end of my roll, and hold right to do the mega side up. And to get the perfect distance from the bomb for it, you want to roll forward and do a backflip, and then pull your shield out and give it a wee flick, because if you don't, you're going to roll to the side. Because in this game, when I do a backflip and then press A, it does this. But if I backflip and shield flick, he'll go forward. And the same happens for side ups. You see? So you have to shield flick. Just so that Link will roll forward and not to the side. And you need to do that in various other things in speedrunning this game. Alright, so what we're going to do, get the mega side hop. Okay, what you can do is you can pause here. And like we did with the West to Kakariko as child, you just need to hold ESS position now on the control stick, which is slightly to the right or left. This is to the right. You just want to hold it enough so the game just registers the input. Just barely. As I said, it takes practice to get ESS position down. So I unpause, and then this will happen. Your positioning for the mega side up isn't very precise. You just want to make sure that you're going to land in the water and come back out the other side. And eventually you'll be able to do stuff like this. You'll be able to do it like that. And what you want to do is you want to do this west all the way over here. And enter Cookie Forest from this side. Yeah. So I come in here and enter here. Now there's a wee trick here called a pressure jump. And there's various methods of doing it. Some easier than the others on timing and stuff. So I'll show, this is the fastest way of doing it. So what I would do is come in, and you start here, and you come in. So just target, side up left. Target this fence here, side up left, and turn to the left. Now the plan is to get up on top of this part of the bridge, so that we can get over there quicker. So as I say, turn left, pull bomb, place it in front of you with A. Wait until like the fast flashes of the bomb, like the second fast flashes of the bomb, and hold right on the control stick, and then you end up here. Because when Link rubs up against this, he does a wee jump like that. So if you place a bomb in the right position and you take damage at the right time, it will push you up there. So as you can see, you can do that. So another thing that I do, this is what I find easier. I come over here and place a bomb here, then I do side up left, and I wait until the bomb's about to explode, and then I just hold up on the control stick, so like this. And then he does like that. My bomb was in a bad position, I jumped too early. This one's all about timing. As you can see, I'm pretty bad at it. So that's what normally I do, and you end up here. It's not really a hard trick, as I say, it's just about the timing, really, to be honest. So yeah. So now I'm gonna just hook shot up here. Now if you hook shot the opposite side of a ladder at the very top to the side that you're on, Link will climb up like that. He'll kind of clip in and climb up. And that's a bit faster than climbing up the ladder. Either way, hook shotting up is a lot quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this guy the Kajiro right now and trade for the odd mushroom. So we get the odd mushroom from this guy, and something you need to watch for here is there's actually a bit of delay with the game in between you giving him the Kajiro and the mushroom, where if you're mashing B too fast, you'll drop your bugs, and that means that you could end up RBing stuff that you don't want to RBA. So I suggest being really careful and not mashing B too fast during these parts, just so you avoid any issues with RBA that you might have. So now we've got this mushroom, and now all we need to do is go deliver it. So what I do is I come over here and I target this, and just side hop left. There's just a straight line to this part, and then just back walk. Because the quickest way to get there is by going through Goron City. And then I just pull my bomb as I exit, turn around and back walk. I pull the bomb, run forward, turn, because I've already turned around and I'm back walking into the boulders, I shield drop the bomb and I side up to the right so I get into this corner so I don't take damage. And then when I'm back walking, I hit hook shot and shield really fast like that, so that Link takes out the hook shot really quickly, which is called quickdraw, which saves a bit of time over Link actually pulling it out when I get here. So what I do is I then hook shot up here, straight up here. So I just do two side ups over and then aim at that one, and then I'm up here. Then I usually refill my hearts because I'm usually pretty low in hearts at this point. And I need to do another pressure jump, which does half a heart of damage to you. So that can be a bit scary. So you just jump down here and not take damage. I don't know why I took damage there. Just holding forward, but whatever. Should be okay. So you just come down here and enter Kakariko. Where you take the odd mushroom to the lady. So what we want to do is we want to do an angled jump up onto this roof. So it's literally just that. Literally just that. You just kind of want to angle yourself so that you're aiming like that, and you have enough space to jump off of the ledge. and Link will grab up here. And then what I do is I kind of curve around like that, and then I'm able to get onto the stairs like that. And then I mash the odd mushroom button, because you're actually not able to show her the mushroom until the potion shop text is cleared away. And this instantly clears away that text, so that you can just instantly show her the mushroom instead of having to wait for it. So now we've got a potion. We're just going to leave again. And you just climb up here, and then I target here, side up off, and that kind of gives me a good angle to just backwalk here, straight out of Kakariko. So right, we're back here now, and we're going to do the exact same thing again. Do the mega side up west to get back to Lost Woods to trade for the poacher saw. So you just do whatever, like, you just do a mega side hop there, and as I say, you hold ESS position once you get the mega side hop, then just straight back here. And this part's really repetitive, you're just doing the exact same thing as you were doing earlier. So just place a bomb here, hold up, and you end up here. So now I'm just going to go over here. And climb up. So now the weird guy is gone and he's replaced with this little girl right here. So I'm going to trade her the potion. And she's going to give me the poacher's saw. Now we never needed to RBA any of the items that we had so far, apart from this. We now need to RBA the poacher saw and see right. So with having poacher saw and see right and catching bugs, it might be button bottle. That writes 4 songs into my inventory, which I'll show you right now. So now I have Zelda's Lullaby, Serenade of Water, Nocturne of Shadow, and the Prelude of Light, which is perfect. I need all of those songs plus one more for later on. So that is the perfect amount of songs for right now to be getting on with. So what I do is I leave Lost Woods through this way and come down here, because it's actually slightly faster for us now to pick up the ocarina. So we come through here and we pick up the ocarina. Which is a very funny cutscene to watch as Adult Link, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm just going to go to the toilet real quick and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, now we pick up the ocarina. Because as I say, it's faster for much later on. Because we need to play songs. So now we collect this. I'm going to turn off my webcam for a little bit again. Just while I smoke a cigarette. So, now we exit out to Hyrule Field. And now we're going to do something called a super slide. Which is similar to the Mega Side Hop. The only difference being is that instead of doing a side hop with the damage source, I will be trying to basically the three things that have to happen at the same time for a super slide to happen is I need to have invincibility frames again from rolling. I need to shield damage, and I need to try and grab something all at the same time. And that lets me go shooting backwards really fast. So this takes a lot of practice to get the timing down, but I can show you some easy ways to do them. Oh my god, why am I here? Shit. Nice, I did have my emulator selected, so I'm back here. So I'm gonna have to do all this again. That was stupid. Okay. That was really silly. That's unfortunate. I had a bad angle as well. Sorry about this. So I'm gonna have to watch that cutscene again, but I can just speed it up because I'm on emulator, so it's not too bad. Alright. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Sometimes that does happen, and he doesn't grab. So I'm just gonna get the poacher saw again. RB the poacher saw again. So I RB it again. So now we have to watch this cutscene again. Do apologize, guys. Just gonna speed it up. Okay, so you come out here. So as I say, we need to do this trick where you shield damage, you're invincible from rolling, and you try and grab something. And where we want to go is like over there. You want to have this kind of an angle. I like to aim up kind of with that black texture right in front of me there. And what you can do, there's two methods of getting a super slide really. So you can do this side hop method where you put two bombs side by side. So I drop a bomb, and then I shield drop bombs, and that was a really bad attempt. So I shield drop the first bomb, and then I side up to the right, and pull my second bomb and shield drop that, and then do a backflip, and then shield flick and do a dry roll, and then wait. So like that. That was too early. I'm not really very good at this method. I prefer doing the backwalk one, which we'll show in a second. So what you want to do is wait for the first bomb to be about to explode. Wow, please. And then you want to roll and just mash A into the first bomb. And I keep going late or early. And sometimes that happens, where you don't drop the second bomb, and it's really frustrating. Please, can I get a good angle for this? Okay. Nice. Let's not drop the bomb because I'm holding shield. If you're holding shield, the game won't drop the bomb. Sometimes it doesn't register the input anyway. There we go. Wow. I was way too close to that. Okay. Need to change my position. That's a bit better. Okay. I was too late. This is extremely aggravating, actually. I should not be doing this badly at them. There we go. So that's what a super slide looks like. And all you need to do when you do this is you can let go of everything apart from shield. You need to keep holding shield or this will happen and you'll just stop. Nice. I can't time these. Wow, okay. The timing is different apparently on emulator. Hello? What? As you can see, the timing can be a bit sometimes. And even when it looks like you should get it like that, you don't. But I suggest if you've never done super slides before to do this method because it's a lot easier, or it's supposed to be. And not do that because I was way too close to the bomb. There we go. Yeah, this method is a lot easier. So what I do is I just keep holding shield while this is happening. And then I actually hold ESS position while I'm traveling. Because what you can do is you can do an ESS out of a super slide by letting go of shield and immediately pressing target. As long as you're holding ESS position, so you do that. And it's just a bit better. So what I do if I'm doing a backwalk super slide is I pull a bomb and I wait for the third red flash while backwalking, and I drop that bomb, and then I instantly shield drop another one like that, and then I roll. I kind of backwalk a wee bit more, and then I wait like a second, and then I roll into it, kind of like that, only with better timing. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And that's slightly faster. It's not faster by much though. It's just a wee bit faster. And that's my preferred method of doing it. So I hold the ESS position here. And then when I see the fence over on the left there, I let go of shield and target. And then I ESS to about here. And then I backflip over the fence. Because where we want to head to is over here. Gerudo Valley, and I just backwalk into the loading zone up here. It's a bit awkward and it feels kind of slow, but it's not too bad. So I just come over here and enter the loading zone. Alright, for this next trick I'm going to have to switch back over to my console. Maybe. I don't know. It might be easier to show it on console. I'm actually going to have to try and make it on emulator as well, actually. Actually, I can just use a cheat. I'm just going to use a cheat here to get across. So that I can show this on console. So yeah, I should be able to hover, maybe? No? Apparently not. Why not? Why am I not able to hover? Wait a minute. Why is my cheats not working? Or do I not have... Wait a minute. Ah, that's why. No. Okay. That's why it wasn't working. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hover across here. Link's doing some janky stuff, apparently. That's not a good idea to do that, apparently. So I'm just going to hover across here because this is really hard to do on emulator, and it'll be a lot easier to explain it on console. So because of pause buffering, basically. So I'm just going to turn that cheat off, and I'm going to switch quickly over to my console. So give me 2 seconds. Where's my... There it is. Okay. Why is that all fucked up? Why is it all fucked up? My console's capture is really weird now. I don't understand. Wait a minute. And it's still really weird. Okay. Give me 2 seconds while I edit this because it's being silly. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. 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 That's it. Fixed. Alright. Now I'm going to switch over to this. Okay. So, the trick I'm going to do here is basically the same as a mega side hop. Aside from, instead of doing a side hop, I'm going to do a mega flip, which gives you more distance, and we're going to use this to cross Gerudo Valley, basically, because we don't have a boner, and we don't have hover boots or long shot, So there's no other real way to get across here. So there's various setups for this trick. Some are a bit more difficult than others, and this trick is actually frame perfect as well. It's very frame specific. So basically, like, you can't really tell because the bridge is made here, but what we're going to do is we're going to mega flip from over here, and we're going to land on the very edge of that post over there. So I'll come over here and show you. We're going to mega flip over from about over there-ish, and we're going to land on the very, very edge where, like, the top of my hook shot is, on this post right here. And it's very specific. Any issue you make with the setups means that you won't make it, pretty much. So what I'm going to show you is the fastest setup, which is the one I do. So what I do is I get over here and I target this post, and then I line up links here with this kind of wee thin line of that brown darker texture. I line up links here with the edge of that. Then I shield, and I shield turn down, which is basically when you're shielding, you hold down and let go of shield and immediately press shield again, and he didn't turn straight down. So you shield turn down like that. Then I target, side up left, roll, untarget, retarget. Then I do 2 ESS turns to the right, which is basically where you tap ESS position so that Link just slightly moves, like that. So he moves just slightly like that. So what I do is I do 2 to the right. You can also shield turn it. I find that method to be a bit more difficult, so I just do the ESS turns. So 2 ESS turns to the right, backflip, side up right, shield flick, so that you don't roll to the side, and then you have to insta shield drop a bomb. You can't just do that and shield drop the bomb. You have to do an insta shield drop, which is basically, instead of the bomb being in front of you like that, you want the bomb to be at your side like that. So what you do is you press bomb and then shield pretty much at the exact same time, so that the bomb goes to your right hand side. And that is very, very important. You have to have that happen or else it won't work. So line up links here, shield turn down, side up left, untarget, retarget after the roll, 2 ESS turns to the right, backflip, side up right, shield flick, insta shield drop bomb, roll forward, backflip. And now what you want to do is you want to pause, and what you're looking for is big blue, frame of the bomb, which is this one, or big red. Either one of these works for this setup. So on this frame, I want to roll. So what I do is I unpause and I hit A in unpause lag, so like that, and then he will roll forward, and you want to keep holding Z and R and keep pausing until the frame, like this, where Link's shield is out in front of him, the first frame where Link's shield is out in front of him, and you want to hold down. Now on the control stick, it doesn't matter if you do it in unpause, you can hold down before unpause. So you hold down for one more frame, and on this frame where Link moves back slightly, you want to buffer in an A press so that Link does a backflip like that. And as you can see, you land on this very tippy edge of this. Alright, So I'll show it again. Now this trick is ridiculously precise, as I said. Any wrong movement in your setup, you should reset up, because you will not make it and you will fall. So shield turn down, set up left, roll, on target, retarget, 2 ESS turns to the right, target, backflip, side up right, shield flick, insta shield drop bomb, roll, backflip, wait for big blue or big red, and I'll show you big red this time. So that's big blue, there's big red, so roll, and on this frame where Link's shield is out in front of him, you hold down, one more frame, which is that, and then you backflip. And I did something slightly wrong with the setup because I fell off. Because this setup definitely does work with big red as well. You're better off going with big blue, because I know that's 100% consistent. But I'm sure this setup still works with big red as well. So there's big blue. One more frame. There we go. And you land on this very edge. And then what I do is I can just hold down right on the control stick while still holding the target, and you land over here. But what you can do is you can just, like when you're up there, you can just kind of turn around and jump off, because you can still fall even if you get it. You just need to be really careful that you don't. And you can just come over here. Now that's the best setup I can think of to show you guys. It's the fastest, and it's relatively easy as long as you know how to ESS turn, which I covered earlier, what ESS position is on the controller. You just need to practice it, just tapping that ESS position once you get used to it, so that you do things like that. Alright, so I'm going to move on now, switch back to my emulator so that we can continue, get through the rest of this tutorial, get into some of the cooler stuff. Alright, so just give me a second while I go change my TV back over. Okay. My TV hates me apparently. I have to constantly get up and change it between inputs because of my computer being connected to my TV, so it's a bit annoying sometimes when I need to do things like this. So yeah, now we've got over the bridge. What you want to do after you get over the bridge, the reason we came over here is to trade the poacher's saw for the broken sword, because of the items that relates to. So what we do is just come over and talk to this guy, show him the poacher's saw, mash B through the text, and he gives you the broken sword. So we have the broken sword now, and we want to RBA the broken sword. So what you do is drop bugs in the B button bottle, recatch bugs, and that gave me 4 medallions. So now I have these medallions. So I have the forest, water, spirit, and shadow medallions. So that's 4. But unfortunately, I deleted my light medallion, and we can't obtain the fire medallion by RBA. So that's a bit of an issue, obviously. So we need to get them back. Well, we need to get the light medallion back, and we need to get the fire medallion. And the only way to get the fire medallion is by doing Fire Temple legit. And we can do some crazy stuff in a little bit to get the light medallion back. So now that I've got bugs in my B button bottle, what I'm going to do here is a trick called Ocarina Items, which is where I backflip. As soon as I backflip, I press B for the bottle, and then I press the hook shot button, and that allows me to play my hook shot as an ocarina. So backflip B, hook shot, and we're playing hook shot now as an ocarina. And then we play Nocturne of Shadow. And we're going to do Ocarina Items again. Kinda. In a little bit. To do some other stuff. So now we're at the Shadow Temple entrance. Which we have no purpose of going to Shadow Temple. So, just want to leave the graveyard. And we want to head up Death Mountain Trail. So what I do is I roll over here, and then I hook shot this roof, because it's a little bit faster, and just roll over here, and leave into Death Mountain Trail. That was really silly movement. Never mind me. So what you want to do is just climb up Death Mountain Trail, and we're going to head towards, well, we're going to head into Goron City through the entrance up here. Now my health is actually really good at this point. There are rocks at the start of Gerudo Valley and up here as well. If you're really low on hearts and you think you might need them. But this amount of health right now is pretty optimal. Because I need to die very, very soon. To skip a cutscene. So what we're going to do is just enter through here. So now we get the cutscene. Of entering Goron City. Now, what I do here, we need to catch the rolling Goron, and he's always in the same position every time. So, what I'm going to do here is, because he starts off in the same position every time, and because we always watch the cutscene, Link can get to him very easily every time and blow him up and stop him. So what I do is I hold up left when I enter here, and I do a roll, and then I take like a step, and after that I pull bomb, and then I run forward, and he jumps off the ledge, and the Goron will be very close, and I basically just run towards the Goron, and I'll show you what that looks like right now. So roll, take a step, pull bomb, wrong button. So yep, take a step, pull bomb, run off, and then just run towards the Goron, and then you can blow him up like that. So you just like roll up left, pull bomb, jump off, run towards him, and do that. Really easy every time that you come through this way and do that, he will be there. Because you watch the cutscene. Basically, that's why he's always in the same position. So there you go. So we knocked him down. I'm going to turn off my webcam because of the sunlight coming in right now. I can see that being very bad for you guys watching. So we just want to talk to the Goron. And actually, this is a really good amount of health that I've got now, because I only need to take one more bit of damage. Which I'm actually... I kind of wanted to show something else, but I guess I can show it. So, there's a couple of ways I damage myself down for this cutscene skip for Bolero of Fire. So there's a couple of things I do here. So you have to talk to him both options. It's really boring, really boring to talk to him. And it can be very frustrating when you're trying to speedrun, talking to this guy and you talk to him in the wrong option. Because you have to do both options. So we get the Goron Tunic, which is really good because we need that for Fire Temple. If we did not have that for Fire Temple, this run would not be possible. So what I do right now is I climb up here. I kind of flick this way so that I'm in line with the fence. I side up left, and that gives me half a heart of damage. And I equip my Goron Tunic as I'm falling. And I'm pretty much going to wear the Goron Tunic now for the most part of the run. So now, yeah, I'm just going to backwalk now into this part. Now, another thing you can do there is you can just like jump off if you don't feel confident about your health and stuff. So I'm going to show you something else that you can do here that saves a little bit of time. If you've got more than enough health, like if you had 3 hearts coming in here, like to go run city, you're going to want to damage buffer down, which you can do with the broken sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a bomb and use that to interrupt me pulling that. And basically once Link starts pulling the statue back, I let go of A and just keep holding down. And when the bomb's about to explode, I just mash the button for broken sword so that he pulls it out when he takes damage. So we get like this with the text box, and then what you do is you just hit B and then mash for broken sword again so that happens. And unfortunately I killed myself there. You don't want to do that. So you just interrupt yourself and then take damage. Down to half a heart or quarter of a heart. Either way. That's the kind of health you're looking for. So now we enter Death Mountain Crater. What you want to do is you just want to roll over here and you want to hookshot this bottom part here and climb up, then shield turn down and do 2 backflips, 1, 2, pull a bomb, place it and then shield, and that pushes you into the cutscene. And the camera will go like this. It pushes you into the cutscene, but it kills you at the same time. So that skips the cutscene, but gives you Bolero. So now I have Bolero of fire, as you can see there in my inventory, but I didn't watch the cutscene. So that's really cool that we're able to do stuff like that. And now I have a stick on my B button, as you can see. Now that's actually very useful because I can dupe over that really easily in a minute. The thing with that though is, if I hadn't equipped my sword earlier on, then I wouldn't have been able to do that. My B button would have been blank, and that would have been a lot of trouble. Because you want to have the stick there, because it's really easy to duplicate back over the stick. Really easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to backwalk over here and blow up this grotto, and I'm just going to enter the grotto. So what I do is I roll, I equip Deku Nuts there and my bottle to see right. Now it has to be this bottle, because this is the bottle that's on Child Link's see right. So it has to be this bottle that they catch the fish in. You also want to have it on C right now for something that I'm going to do in a second with RBA. So what I do is I catch the fish in the bottle, I turn around and I do what I did with Ocarina items, but I backflip, I press the button for the fish, the bottled fish, and then I hit B immediately afterwards. So I backflip, bottle of the fish, and then the stick. So basically I backflip, C right, B as quickly as possible. Like this. And you'll hear that noise, ding, because you have no sticks. And what that does is it duplicates a bottle back over my B button stick. And it also wrote in 20 deku nuts because I have the fish on C right. And that gives you 20 deku nuts. And that's very, very important. So what I do now, after picking up the bomb chest, because you want to get the bombs there, because that gives you a nice 20 bombs. And then you just leave through here, because we need magic. So I throw the bomb over, and then I throw 7 deku nuts, so that I have 13. Because 13 is the value that I need to have in my deku nuts. So when I'm back walking here, I equip Ocarina's C right, and my hookshot is C left. Doesn't matter where your buttons are. I just like them that way. And we play ZL, Zelda's Lullaby here, to collect magic. And then after this cutscene, is really where all the magic of this category happens. Some crazy things will be happening from here on out. That are super interesting, I find, and this is one of the things that I really like about this category and why I enjoy it so much. So I'm actually just going to speed up this cutscene right here. Okay, so after this, we wanna take out the hookshot, the ocarina, sorry, and play Prelude of Light to warp to the Temple of Time. Now, the game doesn't do very many checks to see whether or not it should spawn this cutscene right here. So now we're in the light arrow cutscene. Now the reason we're in the light arrow cutscene, or why we're able to be in the light arrow cutscene, sorry, is because we have Shadow and Spirit Medallion, and that is the only thing the game checks for to spawn this cutscene, those 2 medallions, because the developers figured that to get into Shadow Temple, the only way you could do this was having Nocturne of Shadow, and the only way you could get that is to complete the first 3 dungeons as Adult Link. Which is completely untrue, because we were able to do various methods of getting into Shadow Temple early. So basically the game spawns the light arrow cutscene when you have those 2 medallions, because they figured to get those 2 medallions you would have to have went and beaten the first 3 temples. So that spawns the light arrows cutscene. Now the reason that we want to be in the light arrows cutscene is that for a specific certain part of this cutscene, there's the scene where it shows Zelda escaping from the castle as child, and during that cutscene it shows a flashback to Child Link watching Zelda escape from the castle. Now the game doesn't pre-render that. The game actually does change you from Adult Link into Child Link during that part of the cutscene. So it's basically like putting the Master Sword back into the pedestal in the temple. So it changes you back to Child Link for this part of the cutscene, and then it changes you back into Adult Link afterwards, straight away. Now during that time, the game is looking at my B button, because it sees that I have a bottle on my B button, and it gets really confused. It's like, it looks at the B button and it goes, why is there a bottle on there? That's not the value of item that should be on the B button. So it kind of freaks out. So this is the part of the cutscene I'm talking about right here, where Zelda escapes. So during this, once it changes me back into Adult Link, the game is getting really confused, and it's like, Whoa, wait a minute. Why have you got a bottle on your B button? What value should I put there instead? What value should I put there? And for some reason, it looks at Child Link, sorry. Child Link C right, which was the empty bottle I put there as child before becoming adult. So that's why that's very important. I need to put that bottle there as child, or else this doesn't work. So the game basically is checking Child Link C right during this part of the cutscene, and it goes, oh, there's a bottle there, but it's not an empty bottle now, because as Adult Link I caught a fish in that bottle. So now that Child Link C right bottle has a fish in it, and what the fish does is it points to the number of Deku Nuts that I have, and I threw 7 Deku Nuts after getting 20, so I now have 13 Deku Nuts. So what it does is the game then takes that value 13 and puts it onto my B button, and that's Bottle Adventure. Whereas Reverse Bottle Adventure takes the binary value of the item caught on the B button bottle and places it in your inventory based upon C right item. BA instead looks for a value based upon your items on C right and your items in your inventory, and then places that value on your B button instead. So they're basically opposites. So the value 13 is a very interesting item in this game. And that item is Furore's Wind. So now you can see I have Furore's Wind on my B button, and now I can use it anywhere that I can use my B button. So anywhere I can use my sword, I can now use the warp spell Furore's Wind, which you're normally only able to use inside of dungeons. So what I'm going to do here is I need to set up for a run warp, and to do that I need to go to Lon Lon Ranch first. So what I'm going to do is super slide here, or not. Whatever, I'm not too bothered. So what you want to do really is you want to super slide over here, and enter Lon Lon Ranch, because there's a house in Kakariko Forest that I need to place my warp, but unfortunately you can't use your B button in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glitch the game into allowing me to be able to place my warp in there. So I'm going to place my warp here, and now it's daytime, which is fantastic. That's what I want. I need it to be daytime. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to pay to ride the horse. So what I'm going to do is just come over here, talk to Ingo. Oops. Helps if you say yes. So yeah, I'm going to pay to ride the horse. I'm actually going to get on the horse and back off it to set the default value of my B button to 13. Because that's what the game does when you go on and off a horse. And then I'm going to warp out. So the game now considers me to be in the minigame. So the game still thinks I'm in that minigame, and that's why all my C buttons are disabled except from my ocarina and my sword, or Furore's Wind as it is now. And what this allows me to do is it allows for me to use my B button inside this house in Kakariko Forest. So what I just need to do is I just need to come over here, and the timer doesn't actually matter. It doesn't matter if you make it into the house before the timer ends. It doesn't really matter. So I take damage from this guy because I want to die in a second. So I take as much damage as possible on the way. And I just back walk over into this house. So the House of Twins. I need to come into the House of Twins. I place my my Floor's Win point here. So this is crucial to the ROM warp that I'm going to do. If the warp point wasn't in here, this ROM warp would not work. It would warp me to somewhere else. So you need to glitch out of the minigame. And then what you do is you just leave. And because my C buttons are disabled, I want to die to re-enable them. So I just die. And normally when you die, when you have like a bottle or something on your B button, it'll revert to like stick or blank B or whatever. But because I got on the horse and back off of it, it set the default value of my B button to 13, so that when I die it's still going to be Floor's Win. The only problem with this method is you can only do it once, so you can only die once. So now that I've died, I can't die again. If I die again, it's run over from this point onwards. So now we can continue. And what you want to do is, if I can play it. Oh my god. Let's play Bolero of Fire. Because now we're going to go do the Fire Temple. So it's now time to do the Fire Temple, which has some really cool tricks that we can do. So as you can see, I still have Floor's Win on my B button. And this is the whole reason we get the Goron tunic. If we didn't get the Goron tunic, this temple would be really difficult to do. So there's a trick right here you can do. Well, I don't know if I suggest doing this when you first learn the category, because it's kind of difficult without hover boots to do this trick. But I will show you it anyway. So what you can do here is a trick called time stop. So I face this way, I hold target, and I press the button for fish, and then immediately, 1 frame later, I press shield, and I get this glitch called time stop. That was too late on my shield. Okay, so that's time stop. And what this lets you do is it lets you skip the Darunia cutscene. So what you want to do immediately after getting time stop is you want to hit target so that the camera stays behind you like that. Oh my god, I messed up so bad. So like when I collect the fish here and then do time stop, as soon as I know I've got time stop, I re-Z target again. Like right now, I just re-Z targeted. And then you make your way over to this door. And then you can let go of Z target once you're through the door. And then you run over here. And then I target again. And then, wow, that was really bad. I turned too far to the right when I did my roll up right. It's really awkward when you have no hover boots doing this. It's really hard, to be honest, to do this trick. It saves a fair bit of time, but I don't really suggest learning it for a while until you've got like a maybe sub 1 hour 10 time. So what I do is I do that, and I hold target this whole time, and like I'm holding it up right as I do those rolls across, and then I just let the Goron free. So that skips the Darunia cutscene, but you can't look at Darunia, or else you'll trigger the cutscene. I also don't suggest doing this unless you're confident with doing Fire Temple and not dying with 3 hearts. I know we have the Goron tunic, but it is still hard. So that lets me come out this side without talking to Darunia. Another thing that you can do, I found this recently myself, It's kind of difficult to do though. So I don't know if I'll be able to show it as well as I'd like to. There we go. So that's time stop. Just go through the door. Alright, I'm gonna try and show this off. Okay. So there is a small thing that you can do, where if you activate this switch at the same time as you trigger Darunia, you can clear his text, but still skip the text cutscene. It's a lot easier when you have a sword and hover boots, because you can just jump slash onto the switch. So I came up with a way to do this in all Medallions, which is a little more difficult. So as you can see, I'm holding target right now, and what I want to do is immediately turn round and side hop right, so that I do an inverted side hop. It's really kind of hard to do, because the Darunia cutscene will trigger like straight away, so you need to be really fast at what you're doing. So what I do is I immediately turn down and side hop right, so like that, but I missed the switch. I'm not very consistent at it yet, because I haven't really done much with it at this moment. I just messed around with it for a little bit. So I'll try and do it again. And what this does is it would enable you to be able to go over to the other side of the room without having to worry about triggering the cutscene, and you can pick up a fairy in your extra bottle if you weren't confident with Fire Temple. Yeah, I'm too far away from the switch, I think. Either way, I mean, as I say, it doesn't really matter. If you're not feeling confident about your Fire Temple, you can just trigger the cutscene, watch it, and go get a fairy over the other side. And you can also pick up more bombs there as well, if you've got a pretty low bomb count, depending on how your consistency is with bomb tricks. So what I do is I roll up right there, and I target, and I just keep holding target, and then holding upright basically to roll over everything. It's really hard to like get the timing and stuff down, but I suggest just practicing it over and over again. That's the best way I found of doing it, because that keeps Darunia blocked, and you're holding Z target the whole time. You're keeping him off screen, so you can never load the cutscene. So let's try this again right here. There you go. So right there, I triggered the Darunia cutscene, but I also opened up the Goron. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the key, and then when I look at Darunia, it spawns his text. But if I bring up Frore's Win, that instantly gets rid of his text. So now his text is gone. So now I can just go over here, and I can go over here. And just climb up here. And then in this pot right here, there's a fairy, which I'm actually going to collect right now, just to be on the safe side. Because I don't want to die to Volagio, I guess, or anything. And you get bombs out of these pots right here as well. So that lets you skip the cutscene. As I say though, if you're not confident with doing that, just trigger the cutscene and come in and do everything normally, as you would do, like in a casual kind of play. So now everything's kind of like, it's really kind of boring at this point, for the next couple of rooms, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is just come over here, collect this guy, this key, Because we need 2 keys. So I collect this key. And then I roll out here. I just back walk across here. Because you won't take too much damage from the lava because you have the Goron tunic. Then I pull bomb like when I get to there. That corner bit. And I just throw the bomb before I climb up. And just climb up. And usually it blows up just as I climb up. So you're able to just get across to the door straight away. So then you just leave through here. So I come through here, and I have a wee setup here that I do with hookshot to get to the top of here. So what I'm going to do is I side up twice to the right, do a roll, and then just run forward to the edge, and then hookshot really high up, climb up, flick left, target, side up right, and that gets you over here perfectly. And then you just push the block down. And you just fall down on it. And then I flick to the right. Because this places me in a good position to backflip up and back walk to the door like that. So then we open this door. Now we've got a really interesting clip in here. And I know 2 setups for it. For this category. One of them are a bit more tricky than the other. So what you want to do is skip the boulder maze, basically. Part of the dungeon by clipping through right here, and you can see where that Goron is down there. When I hold target there, you can see through the wall, and there's a Goron down there. We can clip through this block and wall to get there by clipping like through here with a bomb. So right now I'm going to show you the 2 setups I know on how to do it. The first one is really simple. So what I do, this is the method I use because I'm more consistent with it. What I do is I get right in this corner, and then I hookshot the very left edge of this crystal, right about here, and then I flick up when the camera comes back, flick up, place bomb, turn round, and just push forward. And I don't know why that didn't work. So yeah, you hookshot that, then you flick up, place the bomb, and then turn round and just target right in there and hold up. I have no idea why this is not working. Why is this not working? Flick up, place bomb. Hello? Why is this not working? This is stupid. This works every time on console. Okay. What? Please. This doesn't make any sense. Unless I'm not flicking directly up, I guess. You want to place the bomb in front of you. There we go. And I guess you want to hold kind of upright when you do it. So basically, hookshot the left edge. Place the bomb. Then kind of hold like upright. Yeah, upright you want to hold, and you'll clip through. You can hold up as well. Upright seems to work as well. that's the easiest method of doing this clip, I would say. As I say, there is another method I'll try and show. You can also target and hold up, I think. That'll work, yeah. If I target and hold up, that works. You basically just want to be pushing forward before the bomb hits you. So now I'm going to show you the other setup. That I believe it was Drama Silva that came up with. So what you want to do, climb up, shield turn right, backflip, so you're right in the edge here, side up left, roll, untarget, retarget, and then you want to kind of shimmy over to the left here, till you're like here, and then you want to bonk into the corner, like that. Nice game, I guess. I don't know if this will work now. And you want to turn around 180, hook shot the switch, pull the bomb above your head, and shield drop it. Yeah, that didn't work. Wait, that might have been wrong actually. You might not want to do that actually. So do that. I don't know if you want to do that maybe. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to place the bomb as well. So shield turn right when you climb up, backflip, side up left, roll, untarget, retarget, shimmy over a bit, bonk into that, turn 180, hook shot, the switch, flick up, place bomb, get right in the corner, and then just hold either upright or target and up, and you'll clip through. Alright, so now we just set this go on free, and pick up the switch, pick up the key. I don't know why the go on's not there. That's pretty interesting. Nice go on texture, I guess. So now you just want to climb up here, and this skips doing the boulder maze, which is a very long waste of time. So we clip through the top of this because the wall is not solid. From the underside, and you can see the torch slug there. You want to make sure to avoid him when you're too close to the edge, because if you're too close to the edge, he will knock you off. And that's really rip run. It's happened to me a couple of times. So you want to jump off here, climb up here. If you're not doing like fairy strats, you want to pick up that heart there. And then just come through this door. And now you just want to go straight through here. Now there's various methods for this room. Like you can do a super slide along this wall to get past the firewalls. Me personally, this is the strat I like to do. I just roll right upright off of that, come over here, wait for the boulder to go past, roll past that firewall, wait for this guy to come, shield him, climb up here, jump over, hit the switch, and come over here. But like you can like come over here, do like target there, get rid of that guy, do like a super slide here, if I could super slide. Actually you want to do it more to the wall. That was too early. So you can do like this past the walls of fire as well, and then round, but I prefer the other method. I don't know, it's just preference I guess. There's various other strats other people do for different categories and stuff in this room. I just prefer doing this one because it's consistent and I like it. and it's not too slow. Nice, thanks Keith. Keith pushed me into that there. So what you want to do is just come over here, hit the switch, and then climb up here. You want to blow up that door, and usually I'm pretty low in hearts, so I'll like grab a heart or two here, grab some extra bombs and stuff out of these pots, just to be on the safe side. So yeah, I just collect bombs and stuff until I'm happy. Where did you even come from? Dude, guy, you just came from nowhere. Anyway, now here's an annoying part of the game. Normally for flare dancer, you would have sword. So it means you could do a jump slash and power crouch stab him. Unfortunately in this category we don't have a sword. So we have to kill him with the hook shot. Which is kinda annoying. So you have to do like this kind of stuff and kind of chase him, which is kind of annoying because he can be a bit of an asshole sometimes. Wow, he spawned fire really early. And Link's aiming is not the very best, and if he spawns fire you kind of want to avoid that. You don't want to take too much damage because Volvagia can one hit kill you. So you kind of want to avoid taking damage from her. And then what you want to do is, like, I fucked it up there, but when you kill the floor master, you can jump up during the cutscene on one of the corners of this platform and climb up during the cutscene of the door opening, and it's just a bit faster. So this room's pretty self-explanatory. Just place a bomb there, run round, climb up this first wall. By the time it blows up you're pretty much up this first one, and then just climb up the second one. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we've got the hammer room, which is kind of fun. We get some interesting strats here. There's actually a strat I saw from drama in this room, to be honest, but you'll see that in a minute. Alright, so what I do is I just turn right and I side up onto that, switch, and then just run round, which is really awkward. This is like my most hated part of the tempo. I now have got 2 keys on my ass. This should be interesting. So what I do is I collect the hammer, and then I turn 180 down and just shield usually, or try to shield where the keys is coming from. I don't know how I'm going to manage to pull this off with 2 of them, but we'll see what happens. There we go. Sweet. And then there's a couple of setups you can do here. So what you can do is like have Link's like left leg on that kind of middle part of the chest. Do 3 side hops to the left. Hold down till he grabs. Drop a bit and then hit target. And then you want your hook shot to be like at the very edge of that, right there. For this to be the right angle. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a super slide clip past this kind of corner where my back is right now, and that's to skip the boss key. That was extremely late. Good job. So this super slide's kind of awkward. God damn it. I suck at these super slides today. I do apologize. That was super early. I overcompensating. So what you want to do is just kind of walk forward a bit, do a 2 bomb super slide like this. If you can do it, that is. Wow, I can't do super slides. I find this place really awkward to do super slides in. I don't know why. I'm just gonna load my save state because I've wasted so many bombs. No. So 3 side hops, let go of everything once you've held down and you like grab the ledge. Now just hit A to drop and then hit target. And then line up your hook shot like that. That's what I do. Just keep holding target. Alright, so I got a super slide here. So what I do is I pause and I equip my hammer. That also gives me the time to hold the direction on the control stick you need to hold for this clip to work. So what you do is you hold right on the control stick and then unpause. And I didn't get a good angle, and that's why I'm stuck there. So here's an actually more consistent method of getting the angle. Instead of that, because that angle is really annoying to get sometimes with that method. So what I do, well, this is the strat I stole from Drama. Shout outs to Drama for the strat. So what you do is you target right in here at the corner, side up right, roll, untarget, retarget, once you target, hold ESS right, and then target, and that gives you the right angle. So then you can just set up for the super slide again. And hopefully get it. Not like me, being silly. No, keys. Okay, so... Wow, really? Wow, really? Okay. Yeah, I seen that one coming. Great. Not what I wanted, but whatever. What? Why is that not a super slide, dude? So you just do the setup like that. Okay, so we got the super slide. Pause and equip hammer. Hold right. Once you clip, you can let go of shield. Oops, I messed that up completely. So what you do when you clip is you let go of shield and keep holding right. And what I do is I immediately pull out my hammer, usually. I forgot to do that. I forgot to do that when I let go of shield there. That's why I fell out of bounds. So what you want to do is you see that other room that you go flying past, and once you're underneath it, you want to stop holding right and jump slash with the hammer forward and hold forward so that you're landing the boss loading zone. But what you need to remember is that it takes 2 presses of the hammer button to take the hammer out and then do the jump slash. So what you want to do is, like, when you let go of shield, you want to hit hammer button once, wait till you're past the room, and then press hammer again and hold forward, and you will landing the boss loading zone. So it should look like this. Not like that. Wow, I didn't hear the sound of him pulling out the fucking hammer. Fuck me. So that's another thing you can do. So the first time when I fell out of bounds, that was pulling the hammer too late and jump slashing too late. That was jump slashing too early. Right there. Come on, dude. Nice. That's what I wanted. Blasted in the face. Nice. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Sorry, my tutorial was really fucking horribly bad. And I wasn't holding right. Nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna quit my hammer right now. Do I have enough time? Probably not. Nope. so that's annoying. So get the super slide. Get the fucking super slide would be nice. Why, dude? I can't do this super slide anymore. Nice, go me. Ugh, my timing is just terrible. Okay, got the super slide. Pause. Equip hammer. Hold right. What? Wow. Okay, cool. Apparently I didn't have the right angle. That's nice. What? Really? Okay. I could have swore that timing just worked a second ago, but whatever. Okay, there we go. That was silly. So hold right. Clip, let go. Pull hammer. Jump slash and hold forward once you're past that room. And you're landing in the boss loading zone. Like that. Alright, so what you want to do here is jump slash into the cutscene. To store powered crouch damage for Volvaggio of hammer jump slash. And there's an interesting thing about this boss. Basically there's two Volvaggias. There's the one that flies around and there's the one that pops out of the holes. And when the one that pops out of the holes is on screen, you can damage the one that flies by placing bombs in a specific hole in a specific place. So that hole right there that she's going into, that middle front hole, you want to place bombs on the bottom left side of that, and it will damage her, and you'll be able to hear the damage because it makes a noise whenever she gets damaged by it. And what you want to do is you want to do 7. You want to place 7 bombs in there to get a 1 cycle. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do, especially if she comes out of that hole first, which is really bad RNG. But yeah, I'll try and show that strat off right now, and hopefully it goes well. So you place a bomb right there, and place a bomb right there, so you can hear it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. I damaged her too quickly, and she popped out of the hole. That's really bad. So yeah, you need to, like, it's really hard to practice this, but I suggest practicing it to get it consistently, because she can be a bit trolly. So it's going to take like 1 more hit, maybe 2, of the hammer. So what you can do is you can just hide down here if this happens. I'm not really going to cover the Volvaggio fight too much, because there's not really much to explain other than the bomb strat. It's just all about timing and doing it right. It's hard to do, I won't lie, it is hard to do. So let's just kill Volvaggio. Alright, so now she's dead. Now this is where the magic happens, right here. And this is why we placed Furor's Win in the twins' house in Kokiri Forest. It's for this specific trick right here. So what I'm going to do is use Furor's Win to do a ROM warp. So I'm going to make a save state right here. What I do, straight away at the end of the cutscene, run forward into the warp and press B so the Furor's Win comes out. And what you want to do is you want to wait. You want to wait until Link like disappears like that. So there's a white screen. And just as Link disappears in the crystal, so like you can't see him anymore, you want to hit A on the Froze Win. So I just paused my emulator there. So I'm going to unpause and hit A, and hopefully it will do the ROM warp. And this is what will happen if you get the ROM warp right. You'll warp back into the Master Sword cutscene to gain your light medallion back. This is the only way of gaining the light medallion back after deleting it earlier on in the run. And because we completed the fire temple and entered the warp, we also gain the fire medallion. Now you have to be really specific with the frame that you press A on to do the warp. So I'm just going to go through this cutscene right now and show you that I have for all the medallions. So you can see now I've got all the medallions. So that's all the medallions obtained now. So I'm going to show you some ways in which that ROM warp can go wrong. So you just hold forward, run over, hit B, bring up the text for Froze Win. So some things that can go wrong, like if I press it too early, like there, I end up warping to here, but this is actually a soft lock. It doesn't actually show you the full cutscene. It soft locks like this. And it's just infinite loop of that. If I'm too late, I think it will just go into the cutscene, and you won't get your light medallion back. Yeah. So if you're too late, it will just go into the cutscene. Normally. And if you're too early, you'll soft lock. So literally all you want to do is wait until Link's in the crystal and he kind of turns around to the right, he spins around to the right, and then you just want to hit A as soon as he disappears, like there, and you warp right into this cutscene. Show again. See, bring up the text. And just wait, and now. Right there. And that brings you into the Master Sword cutscene. So I'm just going to skip through this cutscene again, real quick. So after this cutscene, the only thing left to do now is to complete the game. Which doesn't take very long from this point. It's just a couple of tricks involved. Not really that much, to be honest though. So what you can do here is you just because you ROM warped, your warp is actually still in the House of Twins in Kakariko Forest, which is helpful. So you just mash B to warp back here, which is really helpful. I'm going to use my fairy just now, just so that I can show you guys where you're supposed to pick up a fairy, because we're going to do Doom Jump in Dodongo's Cavern real soon, and you want to wait a minute. I had that there. I don't want to change my equips at this point. So what I do after leaving this house is I come over here, I kill this Octorok with the hook shot, and then I come over here and I hook shot like there, just to get over here a bit faster. It's a bit faster than going round. I don't really want to take damage from him, but that's fine. So what I do here is I equip that bottle that's there, and then I equip my ocarina, and I play Zelda's Lullaby for the Gossip Stone, because that gives a fairy, and as I say, we need a fairy. So you collect the fairy, then head on our merry way. What I do now is I equip Megaton Hammer again and Hookshot, and I also equip Kokiri Tunic now, because it needs to be Kakiri Tunic for this next trick coming up. So what you do is you just come through Lost Woods, and you just come through the warp here to Goron City. And hook shot up here again, and hopefully not do stuff like that. And I leave through this entrance, and then I want to enter back into Goron City because my warp has to be placed here now. So I place Farore's Wind here now. So Farore's Wind is now placed here, and that's for the next Farore's Wind ROM warp. It is very important that it's in that entrance of the Goron City, not any other one. It has to be that entrance. And then I just backflip off here and enter the Dongo's Cavern. So, really interesting thing to note here. You can just use the hammer on that to open it up. So now we've got this trick called Doom Jump coming up, which is basically you hookshot a ladder on the same frame that you die, and that lets you go shooting up really fast to the top section of the Dongo's Cavern. So we end up on that bridge there. And that's why we need the fairy, so the fairy can revive us. There's setups and stuff for this. I don't really know the setups though, and there's lots of different frames that this works on. So I suggest looking up Doom Jump when you're learning it, as I did, because the frames and stuff that I use might not be good for somebody else. I also might have a bit of trouble doing this because I need to pause buffer it, but we'll see what happens. It might take me a few tries to get it, but basically what you want to do is get damaged off the BMOS for my way of doing it, and then take 2/4 from the lava, and that's why you need to have the Kakiri Tunic as well, so that the lava will damage you fully. And then there's like this kind of black spot right here where Link's right foot is on right now. Like basically I wanna, where is it? I lost it, there it is. I wanna stand about here, round about here, this kind of area here, and that's where I stand for it. So what I do is I just get over here, pull the hook shot out, and I line my hook shot right about there, just on this side of the ladder. And what you do is you target, and you don't hold hook shot, you just hold target, and you backflip and hold down, and then you pause buffer, so like that, and that's perfect. That's the frame I want, and on this frame I let go of down, and I buffer 2 frames of the hook shot going down, like the red dot on the ladder. So all you do is you keep holding target, and you just pause buffer for 2 frames of the hook shot dot going down. If it will go. It's kind of annoying. Come on. Okay, there's 1 frame. So I want 1 more frame. One more frame from this. of it going down. Okay, so on this frame now, I'll unpause and I'll tap hookshot and unpause lag, not hold it down, just tap it. And Link should use the hookshot and then I should go flying up in the air. So let's hope this works. There we go. Just like that. So what you do is you just hit the hookshot button and the unpause lag, and he'll fire the hookshot up, and you'll get this, and then you get revived by the fairy, and then what I do is just drop one bomb in there, jump across, and then drop another bomb in there, and side hop off when I know it's about to blow up. Now we come through here, and now there's two tricks you can do here. You can either do this, where you to hold this switch down so that you can go in. There's like a couple of tricks you can do here. This is my preferred method because it saves having to do an equip. Basically, you just want to pause buffer to a frame where you're really close to the switch, and keep holding target on the keys, and then unpause lag, just unpause and mash C up so that you bring up Navi text like that, and that'll hold the switch open like that, and that lets you get in here. Or you can pause, equip the fish, and if you walk through basically the middle of the door, it's kind of easier, but I'll just show you from the door. So you just want to get right in the middle of the door, walk backwards, fall off, do 1, 2, that was silly. Yeah, so you want to hold back, backflip, backflip, and then do ocarina items, where you hit the bottled fish and then hookshot, and that holds down the switch as well. And then you can just come over here and open up the door. It's really simple, really easy. I tend not to do that one. I prefer the keys method because it saves an equip, as I said. So then you just want to blow up the door, the entrance for King Dodongo, and just jump slash into here. So for this fight, all you want to do is throw bombs in his mouth and then crouch stab him with the hammer. It's a really easy fight, takes 2 hits with crouch stabs. So that's him dead. So after his death cutscene ends, what you want to do is just the same again, like kind of roll, like hold just a bit right of up and just roll over to the warp and press B again inside of it. And then you just want to hit A when Link starts rising, and you end up warping into the credits. And that's how this category finishes. So all you do is, when he dies, after the cutscene of him dying, you just roll over to the warp. Immediately as you're in it, press B, wait for the text to come up, just wait. And this one's not precise at all. You just wait for him to rise up and hit A. And timing for this category ends on that last input, the A input for the warp. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I know it wasn't really extensive in some ways, and I tried to get a rush it, I guess. I might redo it at some point, but I hope this helps with people learning this category. I kind of had fun doing this, even though I messed up and stuff with a lot of things, and I found it hard to do it on emulator because I'm so used to playing on virtual console. But hopefully this gets more people into running this category, because I really think it's an amazing category that deserves more people running it. I hope I explained everything decent enough. If you have any problems with any of the tricks, just give me a shout on Twitch. My stream is Twitch TV Tashman 91, or hit me up on Twitter, Tashman91 on there as well, at Tashman91, or just comment on the YouTube video, because that's probably where I'm going to post this. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and maybe it'll have helped with some other categories, I don't know. Just hit me up if you need something else explained, or whatever, you need help with anything. I'm more than happy to help. I might do some more tutorials in the future. Let's see how it goes. But thank you for watching. I hope it was enjoyable. So thanks for watching, guys.